Gorgeous morning it is today, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to DiamondTrail Ranch. If you guys are new here, we're a family-run homestead out in hot, humid Zone 10A, Florida, raising chickens, goats, ducks, horses, and a whole bunch of plants, animals, and just wild ideas. Let's be real here. Looks like she already let the little chicks out this morning. That's good. Today we're diving into a question I get asked all the time. What do you feed your chickens in the summer compared to the wintertime? Is it any different? Should it be any different? Well, I've learned that chicken nutrition isn't it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. It changes a lot, particularly with the seasons, as the seasons change, with the weather, with their laying cycles. Honestly, with what I have available on the homestead at the time, so while we walk around, I'm going to show you how I tweak our feed plan, why it matters, and what's worked best for my flock over the years. Our summer feeding overview, if you're in the South, like me, Florida heat hits totally different than anywhere else. I mean, that wet humidity, hot, 90s by noon, humidity like soup, hens that would rather, sit in a hole than chase a bug. In the summer, chickens' metabolism slow down a bit, actually, to cope with the heat stress. The main goals for them, keep cool, keep them hydrated, support their egg production without overheating their systems. Let's be honest, want to keep everything cool in the summertime. It's summer right now. It's probably why you might be watching this video. We have a summer feed breakdown. We use high quality layer pellets as the base feed. You want to get typically 16 to 18% protein. We offer it free choice. We avoid the crumbles during the heat, primarily because they get mushy and they attract gnats and flies faster than you'd think. The fly problem is the real deal, these flies. To that, let me tell you what chickens absolutely love. Frozen watermelons, cucumber slices, zucchini. Over there on the back right corner on the other side of the barn there, we have watermelon we're working on growing. I'm excited to see that come in. I've got the sprinkler going right now. It hasn't rained in a few days. It is hot, hot, hot. So keep your chickens hydrated, guys. This is also black soldier fly larvae. This stuff is amazing. Or you can use, dried grubs. You want to be sparing though, because it's absolutely amazing with the protein boost, especially if they're showing signs of light molting. I have noticed some molting with some of our birds. None of this particular group over here though. Molting, I have videos on that as well. Particularly the ducks, when the ducks are molting. Chickens absolutely love the black soldier, fly larvae. We have in the future, a partnership working with that as well, for a particular item with that you guys would absolutely love. I'll dig more on that later though. They're better than mealworms in terms of calcium as well. Another thing with heat, electrolytes, I rotate water soluble electrolytes on the hottest days, particularly just a few times a week. Sometimes you can add in some raw apple cider vinegar. We have that as well. It helps with their gut health. It acts like a probiotic, just like in people. Now you want to talk about the summer feeding mistakes to absolutely avoid. What I avoid in the summertime is just as important as what you do. In the summertime, do not give them too much corn. Do not give your chickens too much corn. Yes, chickens love it, but corn generates internal heat during digestion. That's the last thing you want in the summertime. High fat treats like cracked corn and excessive scratch should be absolutely limited. If we do give any scratch, we offer it in the cooler evening hours so it doesn't raise their body temperatures during peak heat. Always, always, always refresh waters often, folks, and check on your animals. It's hot outside, man. Check on them. Warm water can cause them to drink less, which spirals them into stress, dehydration. You might even get some fewer eggs out of it. You most likely will, honestly. The foraging, how does that affect them in the summertime when you see them over here, digging around? Well, if you free range like we do, summer foraging is mostly limited to the early mornings and the later evenings. I pause for the roosters. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Midday, they're in the shade, dust bathing, hiding under the porch. You can scatter garden trimmings in the mornings, basil stems. If you got bolted lettuce, I know we do this time of year, melon rinds, let them pick through what they want. We got goats as well and other animals too, but let your chickens peck through what they want. They'll eat a lot of, honestly, they'll eat almost anything more than goats, really, but they're not nearly as picky. It helps you reduce feed waste and keeps the chickens occupied. Now, when you want to transition from your feeding style from summer to winter, we're flipping the calendar here. Florida does come with winter challenges. I know that's unusual for some. Every now and then it'll drop below freezing here. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And any sustained amount of time below freezing is not good for anyone or anything. So, we may not get snow, although last year some parts around here did. We did not. Cold fronts, wind, damp mornings, shorter days. That means chickens will need more calories, more warmth, more protein to stay in good shape, and just overall keep laying. In the wintertime, we keep the same layer pellet base, but we bump things up here at DiamondTrail Ranch depending on what's happening in the flock. If they are molting, or if the egg production has dropped off hard, what you can do is you can switch to a 20% grower feed temporarily and offer oyster shell-free choice in a separate container to keep up calcium levels. Also, you can grind up the not necessarily grind up, but you can heat up the eggshells too and feed them right back to the chickens for calcium. It's great. Your chickens will eat them. Your chickens will eat chicken. Honestly. Good source of protein for everybody. And no, it's fine. Here's where it gets fun in the wintertime though. Comfort food for chickens. Everybody loves comfort food. So do chickens. So what you want to do in the wintertime is give them scratch grains in the evening. Our mix here contains cracked corn, oats, barley, sometimes flax. Digestive grains raise body temperatures for them, like I mentioned earlier, especially the corns. So it'll help keep their internal temperatures great for the wintertime. Helps them stay warm overnight. Oatmeal with flax and chia seeds, great for people, great for chickens. Great for a lot of animals. Great for anything with life, really. We make a warm mash every few days. You can even throw in garlic powder or kelp, which is really cool for them, because what it's doing there is it's helping their immune system. And that is very important. I have videos on all kinds of issues that come up with chickens health-wise. So make sure you check out our other videos on that. Sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, which are not hard to get as well. Nothing I've said in this video is anything that's impossible or hard to get. A lot of this you might be able to even grow in your own on your own property. If you have chickens, you probably have the means to grow this stuff too. Cooked scrambled eggs is actually fantastic for chickens as well. Believe it or not, chickens benefit from the complete protein in eggs, especially during their molts. It helps them regrow feathers faster. We have ducks as well, and our ducks, I have duck molting videos as well, which most of those, the information on those videos pertain to chickens as well. Sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds are rich in vitamin E, which is great for people as well. Zinc, healthy fats, it's all good for immune function and that winter skin and that, their feather health with our birds and your birds. So probably wondering, what about table scraps? That big pot of spaghetti that's been sitting on the stove overnight. Winter is when, we give more kitchen scraps, things like veggie peels, cooked brown rice, old green squash, leftovers. Let's be honest, they'll be fine. It's not hurting your chickens. Mind you, there is, I already posted lists of things you don't want to give your chickens. As long as it's not salty, moldy, full of sugar, chickens can turn it into fuel. You can keep a scrap bin in the kitchen and bring it out daily. Please keep that thing closed, because the flies are the real deal. If you have chickens and you don't have flies, please let me know in the comment section below what you do to not have flies. And yet please don't tell me it's just to clean things and wash stuff. No, really, I'm curious how you don't have flies. Water is critical even in cold weather, because you don't even realize you're thirsty a lot of times. It's like people, chickens, they're the same as far as, even if they're not panting, because you'll see them pant here in the summertime. You've probably seen them pant in our other videos. You can use rubber feed bowls in the winter, because you can just dump them out if they freeze, which isn't very often here, but maybe you're watching somewhere where it does freeze. We do not heat the water. You just want to check it more often, because without water, chickens can stop eating and stop laying, so it's worth the extra effort. Both summer and winter, free ranging is a huge part of their diet. Chickens instinctively know what to eat. They'll scratch for, bugs, grass seeds, sprouting weeds, grit, and minerals in general from the dirt. So you want to rotate them between the backyard, the goat pen, horse pasture, depending on the season, and predator pressure. Ours jump the fences, and we've only had them much less than a handful, maybe 2 times go off into the easement not across the street, but on the other side of the outside fence, over there. So generally they stay on the property. They don't go far. Sometimes they go on our horse pasture over here to the right. I haven't seen them go down the acre further back there. Generally, they don't go far. They don't stray far, though. A moving flock stays healthier and they're less bored. So, eggs, because most people start raising chickens for the eggs, and then panic when the eggs slow down. I mean, let's be real, we all do. In the summertime, egg production will dip because of heat stress. In the wintertime, they lay less because of short days and molting. So it's like, okay, when are they going to lay more eggs, right? You can add oyster shell year-round if the shell quality drops. We have, you'll see weaker, thinner shells. You'll just pick them up and they'll just kind of crumble on themselves. It happens. You can use a molting blend or a booster if the feathers are patchy. Not unrealistic at all. If you want to focus more on protein and hydration than pushing with artificial light. We personally don't use supplemental lighting, though. We don't need to. You let them rest. If you do add light, aim for consistency. What I mean by that is 14 to 16 hours. Always ease them in gradually, though. No matter what, the season it is, good feed is only good if it's stored right. Here, you can use metal cans with lids. It keeps the rats out. It keeps the bugs out, the moisture. You can use those blue bins, the blue barrels, the orange ones. That's what we use. You want to make sure they're in a shaded area. We have an area tucked away in our garage. It works just fine. Our vehicles are outside, so it doesn't matter. If there's like a hurricane or something, obviously we make do, get the vehicles inside, but rotate your stock. First in, first out. Don't just pour your food on top of the other food that's in there. It's like the grocery store, man. You don't want to, pull the old stuff forward, put the new stuff at the bottom, flip it around, mix it up. So you don't want to buy more than 1 month ahead unless you know what kind of weather is on the way. You can toss it in. You can also toss in bay leaves, food safe diatomaceous earth. to deter bugs naturally. Feeding your chickens should really change with the season. Summer and winter, it's a big difference. It's all about cooling in the summer and hydration. Winter, obviously, you want your warmth, fuel, and your protein. But no matter the month, the key is paying attention to your birds, how they look, how they act, and how they lay. If you treat them correctly, they'll reward you with eggs, entertainment, pest control, and a whole lot of personality. Folks, if this has helped you in any way, please like the video and subscribe to Diamond Trail Ranch. Tell me in the comment section below what you guys feed your chickens year round, summer, winter. I will see you guys in the next video.